All right, welcome everybody. Game 2, the Cut versus Jiang Hu. Jiang Hu took game 1 in a surprising comeback. What did you think of that game?
It was amazing. Love to see Jiang Hu kind of not lose their cool. Think of, we have this enigma, we have this kind of ace. We just need to fight well, and they did. They did exactly that. I would have liked to see the Cut itemize a little bit better against the enigma, but ultimately they were in a comfortable position, thought they could just end it, and Jiang Hu showed them that that wasn't the case. So love to see that comeback victory from Jiang Hu.
Absolutely. And we already have a couple of heroes coming out. So Jiang Hu is taking the Nyx Assassin again. We saw that as a powerful part of their draft last game. And then the Cut taking Nature's Prophet. That is one of their favorites to take as a pushing and global presence hero. So two of the things that they love the most.
Yeah, we talked about it. The Cut kind of, I think the Venomancer was a little bit away from their play style overall from the last draft. This is kind of going back to their bread and butter, so I like to see this. But I do like the Nyx Assassin in general, countering out the Nature's Prophet, right? Can easily sneak up on that hero. Also very mobile, has pretty much a global presence on his own right, so...
Absolutely. Sneak up on him.
Yeah.
Now, I'd like to see another hero for Vol. I don't want to see that Veno again.
Yeah, I don't think the Cut liked that pick either. It was kind of one of those that they were just thinking, oh, they have 4 melee heroes, boom, here's Venomancer, and then they probably didn't like it too much after that. I also don't like a 4 Veno. I think that's a hero that needs to be a core.
Troll Warlord, we see him again, but this time on Jiang Hu.
Yeah. Kind of one of those smacks in the face, right? Like, you guys didn't play this hero right. We'll show you how to play it and win with it.
Absolutely. I also think they just like these carries that man up on it, like the PA, the Troll.
I agree, but one of the heroes that I really like against a Troll Warlord is the Nature's Prophet with the new Sprout, right? It's like...
Very good point.
Very, very good against the Troll Warlord in general. Obviously, when Troll's using ulti, Troll can't use items either, so...
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting pick here against the Nature's Prophet.
Can he not use items? I thought he could use items.
I don't believe he can use items.
You might be right.
Yeah, so, ultimately, we'll see that. But Troll Warlord with Battle Fury can obviously de-push with the Treants, so that's probably what they're thinking here. But as far as the team fights go, I think Nature's Prophet is actually pretty good against the Troll Warlord.
If Troll gets a Battle Fury and he decides to go phase, he can actually get through the Sprouts because he takes out the side of the Sprout and then phases through the summons. So
Yep. For sure. If he has those both off cooldown, so
right.
And he's not using his ultimate. Tidehunter.
10 seconds remaining.
This is kind of one of those heroes that can't really be completely stun locked, which Nyx Assassin obviously wants to do, and then can counter initiate. So I really like the thinking here on this pick from the Cut. Pingu, who's drafting, is I like where Pingu's mind is this game. What do you think about the Timber Sub ban from the Cut?
Yeah, that's I think that they see it as a threat to their early game. They want to come out and crush the mid game, and Timbersaw can obviously stand in the way. Very good against Tidehunter, can cut him down very easily, and then he's very tough against the Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet obviously can't go and kill him alone with summons and his right clicks. So I think it's just a solid hero against their 2 right now, and possibly what they intended for the draft.
Right, in their game that they won against Felt, they played Timbersaw. So I think that's probably what they're kind of thinking about it. And they played a Timbersaw with Nyx Assassin and Troll Warlord as well.
Oh, interesting.
So kind of looking at that draft that they won against Felt, maybe they're thinking, we're not going to... We've seen this before. We did our research. We're not letting you guys have this draft again.
Now, this is interesting. This is actually the first time that I've seen Terrorblade banned.
Terrorblade's one of those heroes that it seems kind of to be like a little bit like Spectre, right? Where it just starts out in like majors or TI specifically, where they're just non-existent, and then everybody after they play through the metas, it's like they remember that ultimately Spectre and Terrorblade carry really hard, and then they just get picked. That's kind of how I feel like it is sometimes. But in this case, I honestly think Terrorblade is a little bit undervalued. I really do feel with the new Aghanim Scepter that allows basically a small version of Metamorphosis to be cast with the Fear is very, very good on Terrorblade and is kind of a game changer. So I think that I've seen a couple teams in Europe value it, but kind of maybe getting some more attention around the scene. We'll see, though.
Now, you're an Invoker player. Do you like this as a game for Invoker?
So yes and no. I love it against the Troll Warlord. I don't love it against the Nyx Assassin. It's okay against the Nyx Assassin, but honestly, Nyx Assassin loves playing against Invoker as well. So I do like it with the setups as well. I love it with the Nature's Prophet, love it with the Tidehunter. So it's more of a synergy thing for me, and also to counter the Troll Warlord. So ultimately, I'd say yeah, I do think it's a good pick here.
Okay. Now, what are you looking for on Jiang Hu right now? Are you looking to pick up another support? Are you looking to see the offlaner, or are you comfortable going your mid matchup right now since you see it?
Yeah, I would honestly be comfortable just doing the mid. They might want to try to see one more pick before they do the mid. We'll see what they pick. They pick a Witch Doctor.
That is a very strong hero right now. A lot of teams are prioritizing this Witch Doctor, and we've seen Pingu do really well on it. So it's a nice deny pick.
Yeah, I think ultimately that's a good point. It's a great deny pick here. I also think it's good to point out Maledict can obviously not be dispelled by Kraken Shell. So it's really good against the Tidehunter as well. I think the Hill ultimately is going to provide some good sustain. Shadow Shaman, though, provides a lot more push and control. And they did just want to wait one more pick before they get their mid counter, so the Shadow Fiend.
So for you, this matchup, how does this go?
So I actually like this matchup as an Invoker player. And I like the matchup as a Shadow Fiend player. The reason why is because essentially both of you can farm, right? It's kind of like Shadow Fiend's going to farm against anyone. Now Shadow Fiend, if he lands enough raises early on, gets enough mangoes, can pressure the Invoker to the point where the Invoker just gets slaughtered in the lane. Okay. So I think that's what Jiang Hu is expecting to do. A lot of this will come down to P1 and how his skill is against the Invoker on an individual basis. Now, if the Invoker does go a Quas Wex build, I think that, Lil Nick will sacrifice farm in general, but ultimately not be able to get killed. So, but with this amount of setup with the Shadow Shaman, Tidehunter, and Nature's Prophet, I really do want to see Lil Nick going Exort this game. I think it's very strong. So
5 seconds.
So I guess I assumed that Nature's Prophet was a core, but now he doesn't really fit in as a core. Do you agree with that, or do you think that it may be switched up? Maybe the Invoker is the 4 and the Nature's Prophet's the mid?
I think 100% this is a Nature Prophet 4. I think right now, from what I'm seeing, Nature's Prophet 4 is as strong as pretty much any other position Nature's Prophet. Yeah, I've even seen 5 Nature's Prophet be very powerful. So I do not think this hero gains that much from being a core. So I actually, in my personal preference, I like it better as a support right now.
Interesting. So looks like we're missing the carry, which that's what Jiang Hu has been banning out, the Riki and the Medusa.
Notice that the Cup banned out the Enigma. Didn't want to deal with that.
Gave some respect to that.
That respect ban there. They do ban out the Legion Commander, another hero that can potentially deal with the Tidehunter, not being able to get that Ravage off.
Night Stalker.
Ooh. I love this pick. This is the perfect pick right now for Jiang Hu. Oh, their last picks are incredible. Old White really knows what he's doing. I love this draft. Night Stalker, for those that don't know, creates a silence aura that essentially cannot be dispelled because it's just, one of those things. Interesting that they picked the Slark into the Night Stalker.
I don't feel like he's very good against any of these heroes. It's very interesting. He doesn't really trade well with Troll. Witch Doctor, again, you can't purge the Maledict. Oh, this is very interesting. They must be very confident with Scourge McDuck's Slark to pick it into
and
this.
Shadow Fiend with, the Eul Scepter can blow up the Slark, I think,
absolutely,
as well.
Absolutely. And the Nyx can just scout him out very easily.
Yeah. Very interesting. I was definitely loving the Cuts draft up until the last picks. I love Jiang Hu's last pick, Night Stalker. I think that was the perfect pick, and I kind of hated, to be honest, the Slark pick from the Cut. I think hopefully it's just a very comfortable playing style for the Cut. What I do not want to see is I do not want to see this Slark farm. I want to see him be very, get one item, maybe defuse a blade, and then just go fight, right? I think that if he waits too long, then they will lose this game. I think the Cut needs to push. They have the Shadow Shaman wards. They have Pingu's Nature's Prophet with the Treants. They are going to look for a timing and end this early on. Jiang Hu, on the other hand, needs to be very careful taking fights during daytime. They need to pick their fights, defend only when they absolutely necessary, and then take advantage during night.
Yeah. You had mentioned that silence being so good against some of the others. It is impossible for Slark without a BKB to fight when that silence is going off. It prevents him from being able to get his ultimate off or even purge any disables or whatnot.
Right, exactly. Same with the Tidehunter. Can't really get off that. Can't get the Ravage. Invoker, needs to get a BKB as well with the Night Stalker, because Invoker obviously is a spellcaster.
Absolutely.
Right? So that's what Invoker does. So this silence is very, very good. Pretty much against all the heroes. I do think that it will be interesting to see. Another thing also, when Night Stalker's ult is popped, Nature's Prophet's Sprout doesn't do anything to the Night Stalker as well.
Good point.
And neither does Shadow Shaman wards. So that's why I think this pick is just incredible. It was the perfect last pick for Jiang Hu, which really brought their draft together. I still have concerns ultimately about them being able to last in the daytime with as much pushing power as the Cut has. Serpent wards, treants. There's just a lot of push. So we'll see how they deal with this.
Well, as you talked a little bit about this Nature's Prophet 5, and we have it for Pingu. He'll be playing it on the Cut. So obviously Scourge McDuck will be the Slark. Little Nick will be the Invoker. We have Tingle King being the Tidehunter, and Vol being the Shadow Shaman. How do you like the 4 Shadow Shaman?
Love it. You can get boots first, as Volt did, and literally just right-click on the enemy support in lane. Remember, Shadow Shaman has 74 damage at the start of the game, which is absolutely insane. You pair that with Boots' speed, makes it so that he can potentially just kite out anybody and just harass them from a distance. Usually they go Ether Shock as well to just make it so that they got 140 damage nuke. It's very, very, very powerful in lane, and a lot of people think, Shadow Shaman is just kind of this wimpy, scrawny hero. Not in lane, though. He's a bully, so. They're looking to put Night Stalker actually top it. They're so worried about this matchup that they're going to switch up lanes, and Jiang Hu is going to put Old White top.
Very interesting.
Yeah, we're already seeing an adjustment to this. I like Jiang Hu's idea here. I wonder if they will catch out anybody. They're putting basically the aggro tri-lane bottom, and Nyx Assassin is behind enemy lines here. Maybe they're going to kill Pingu with this.
He is in the trees. Oh, but they do land the stun. They get the follow-up. They get the cask off and the slow, and Pingu most likely will go down. He does get his fairy fire off. But yes, they do end up getting it. Storm takes it on the 5 Witch Doctor.
Yeah, I think they were trying to give that to the Troll Warlord, but it was just taking so long that they just decided to kill.
Yeah.
So, in the meantime, Night Stalker is going to have a very rough time in this lane. But does have a nice base regen, so that is going to be helpful in this lane, and can ultimately secure last hits with the Void when needed.
They do go Gush, so this damage, this 76 damage, is obviously amped by that minus armor. Very interesting.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, that's a big kill. They get the Nature's Prophet courier. Trap Nest already using his boots to advantage.
Get the Maledict into the stun.
Immediately go on the Nature's Prophet again.
But they're getting a lot of damage onto Trap Nest. Are they able to get him out? Those boots. Oh, the Pingu gets the last hit. Able to take him out.
Yeah, that Nyx was just melting.
Yeah, that was really that was very, like, a lot of damage, a lot more than I expected. It must just be the minus armor from Pingu's Blightstone into Scourge McDuck is hitting really hard. So really early here.
So one thing I did want to talk about this mid lane right now, Lil Nick did opt for the Quas Wex build. I was hoping for the Exort build, but this basically means that Lil Nick should not die in this lane. So.
Denied.
Well, Troll is dominating the last hit, the CS charts.
Right, which is going to be the trade-off for this aggro tri-lane. Slark only has 8 last hits, and however, the trade-off is that Night Stalker top lane, only 2.
And there's 8 denies on the Tidehunter.
See if they kill Pingu. Pingu has only level 1 Maledict on, so probably will be able to heal from this. Does have a Tango running, but still getting very low. We'll have to salve after this. No, it decides to TP instead.
That's one of the nice things about Nature's Prophet. Just TP home. You no need to use any resources.
Yeah, I am definitely worried about this Night Stalker. He is not getting anything top.
And we talked about Night Stalker is one of the keys of this game. But I guess like, what do you need more than a Blink Dagger to get on top of this Slark?
Yeah, it's kind of just, you know, I ultimately think Night Stalker just needs levels for the most part, but the issue is he's not even getting that. Both Shadow Shaman and this, I mean, they're just bullies. Two of the biggest lane bullies are just dominating.
Are fortified.
This is very difficult to watch. It'll be interesting to see what Old White does to kind of get some levels.
Yeah, as we talk about trolling the CS charts. Oh, missed to kill bottom here. Looks like Pingu does go down again.
Yeah, the difference between level 2 Maledict and level 1 Maledict is just so big there. You know, same exact kind of situation. This time they don't even need the Nyx Assassin because they have level 2 Maledict.
Now, Slark doesn't hate this too much. His obviously he doesn't want his support feeding here. But he gets free experience here, solo experience, and Slark definitely needs that.
And every time they go on the Nature's Prophet, he just gets some last hits, right? And he's up to 16 last hits, so honestly doing fine.
Oh, a big catch onto Old White. They're able to get the shackles that prevents his TP, so now he's stuck in base. He's stuck in base without boots. Bottom lane. Oh, they're diving on to Scourge McDuck.
On the Slark.
Neko God is looking for him.
One more tick, it's gonna be close.
Oh wow, very close. Now, Old White has a long walk of shame during this nighttime, and he doesn't have Hunter in the night. He doesn't get that extra movement speed. He has nothing. He's level 3 without boots, and he is stuck in base.
Yeah, this is terrible. This is not how you want your first night to be at all. Scourge McDuck, bad decision there, is going to go down.
Oh, takes out to Maledict.
So he decides to go aggressive onto this level 4 Witch Doctor, who now has 2 Urn charges. And as you know, Urn of Shadows with the charge with a Maledict is very devastating. So this Witch Doctor is going to be looking to make some plays now, because the Night Stalker definitely can't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think they're just going to have to sack this first Knight for the Night Stalker and just have him get some levels somewhere.
It feels bad for sure.
Spark top, interesting. Tide has TP level 6 ready to go, but they might just decide to push this.
They have... they've already lost their catapult, so... they don't have a catapult wave here.
Yeah.
But they do have level 6 on Tingle King, so they may be just looking to kill Old White again.
Oh,
prevent him from getting levels.
And they're looking to push early.
They get a Sprout onto Trap Nest, and they're able to take him out.
This is the cut we know. This is their play style.
Just
this is
their
more what we're
aggression
talking about.
all over the
This
map.
is exactly what they do.
Old White could be in trouble here. He pops his silence, but the Shackles is long enough range. He's able to get him, and he's going to go down.
Yeah,
they're going to take this tower out. And Tidehunter TP's bottom to be able to protect this tower. He's hoping to protect this tower here.
Yeah, he gets another
With
TP.
+1.
They still are protecting the catapult. Lil Nick, first TP rotation misses.
He gets the Ravage onto 2 here. Yeah, Little Nick is here. He's able to get a little bit of damage on a Nico God, but is it enough?
If they don't get this kill here, that's... Oh, man.
Feels bad.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Wow.
under attack.
They did not coordinate that very well. They just used Ravage after Lil Nick missed his Tornado into the EMP combo. They didn't get a kill on that. That's... Now, they did find, actually, Witch Doctor coming back in. Vol, great movement there. And they do end up killing the Witch Doctor.
Now, Scourge McDuck is starting to catch up here. He's now even with his fellow cores in CS. Some of those are definitely jungle creeps, but...
Invisibility.
Yeah, I think the cut is just trying to go here. You know, with the itemization that we're seeing, they're just gearing up to kind of create this really early game push, which is honestly why I think we see the Quaswex build on Little Nick. It's just a lot faster coming online and doesn't require items as much as the Exort does, or experience. So.
Poor Old White, still level 5. And that's with a solo lane. Feels bad.
Yeah. So Viva La Vida is going to have to farm and get a Yule Scepter before he can really do anything. It'll be interesting to see what they do after that. But it looks like they're going on the Nyx Assassin again.
Now the Cut's movements is spotted by the wards, but they are able to, Little Nick is able to get the EMP off, drain the mana, but they get a big wand out into... Yep, and they got the Maledict onto the Shaman. Nico God's running in. He's able to get him. Is he going to get the root? Shadow Fiend's able to take it with those raises. They do TP out, so they don't lose any more.
Dire's bottom tower
So Jiang Hu brings the
Yeah,
numbers.
really. Even though they did end up killing Nyx Assassin got the 2-man Spike Carapace, which ended up setting up a very nice paralyzing cask into 2 as well, ultimately killing off the Invoker for that. So, good defense. And in this meantime, they're giving Old White a chance to just kind of catch up, who hasn't had any farm all game, but is now close to phase boots, so that's great. Ultimately, we see Nature's Prophet TPing in, I imagine, to try to secure the rune, and Viva La Vida just kills him. But they do get the rune on the Tidehunter.
But they end up trading 3 for 1. Jiang Hu taking 3 runes, with the Night Stalker stealing 2 top and the Nyx taking 1 bottom. Now they are grouped up mid. They are wanting this tower. They do have Ravage off cooldown. And the catapult wave.
Tower is under attack.
Be interesting to see if they can get this.
Nice Stalker coming from the back with level 6, uses
break
ultimate.
him, but he misses the follow-up stun, so they're able to get the Ravage off. Tornado takes out 2, but the Night Stalker's on the back, gets the silences, but they're making it out. Tingle King is making it out. Scourge McDuck does a lot of damage, takes out the Night Stalker. Looks like a trade 1 for 1, but the 5 for the 3.
Yeah. And also using the Night Stalker ultimate, they did get very, very close to killing Tidehunter. Tidehunter did expend Ravage, and ultimately they're still defending the mid tower. They get this Maledict onto the Shadow Shaman, along with the tower hits.
But it looks like Storm is going down, yeah. Old White is here. Oh, they do end up taking him down here. Let's see. Oh, it was the final Maledict tick?
They had 1 left still.
Okay.
Or at least they had plenty of the last tick, if that's the case. It wasn't close. Shadow Shaman expending the Serpent Wards and didn't kill the Tier 1 tower mid. That feels rough. However, in all this, Slark is now the top of the net worth, which when you have a Slark on the top of the net worth, that's a scary thing.
Absolutely.
I do think that Jiang Hu does have the tools to deal with this, but this has to feel really good right now for Scourge McDuck.
And they are smoking at him. They also they know that they don't want him in this position. See, he gets stunned. They started off. They get the Maledict. He does get his ultimate off, but will this be enough? He has enough regen to be able to go through the Maledict, but they catch him with the Yules, and they are going to take him down. Yeah, the final Maledict does take him out.
Yeah, that was excellent. They actually waited the perfect time so that Slark couldn't possibly use Dark Pact to purge off the Nyx stun, and then they just went in and killed him. So got the top of the net worth, and now we have a change of the top of the net worth. Warlord back on top. Interestingly enough, what Old White has queued up.
Let's see here.
They're going on the Shadow Fiend mid.
A Midas.
Night Stalker pops ultimate.
They missed the stun.
Stun, 2-man tornado.
A lot of damage going out here. They have a lot of catch.
Yeah.
And they have vision on this backline.
Not an ideal fight for either team, ultimately, though. I think the cut comes out on top there, since Night Stalker did expend his ult.
Yeah, interesting. Why do you think he's going for this Midas? Do you feel like he feels like he's too far behind in levels, and so he needs that boost?
I kind of feel like it's one of these things where, right, Night Stalker can just dominate this game if he takes off. We saw that he got a really slow start, low levels. This Midas will provide that kind of boost that he'll need to become in the dominant stage. I also think he views this game as though it's not going to end very quickly. And so the Midas, plus he doesn't really need a ton of items. As a Night Stalker, BKB is nice, but other than that, it's kind of like, maybe you don't want to get your BKB super early this game, so he's like, Midas is right for me. I actually like, I like this idea.
Interesting. Even with the early push from the Nature's Prophet and the Shaman? Oh, they have a sentry onto him. They able to get him hexed? Are they able to follow up? They do pop another sentry down. They drain all of his mana. Yeah, he goes down.
Yeah, I don't think Night Stalker's job to really de-push this as much. You know, that's what kind of... they have the Shadow Fiend, Witch Doctor with Paralyzing Cast to pull back the creep wave for a little bit. So, yeah. I think he's just going to hit creeps during the day a lot, too.
And this ward is paying, in this triangle, is paying off so much. And it is dodging 2 sentries by such a small margin. Oh, man, that's got to feel bad for...
And they know it's there, too.
Absolutely. Why else would you commit the sentries in those
Storm
spots?
absolutely knows it's there, but like you just can't quite find it. It's just so unfortunate.
Yeah, he goes for the efficiency play with the sentries covering more spots. Oh, we have a Ravage thrown bottom onto the Troll and Night Stalker. They get a lot of damage onto Nico God.
Completely.
He goes down. They do get the Requiem of Souls out. which does push him back.
Yeah, they got the Shadow Shaman kill, but just not quite worth it, unfortunately.
Pingu TP's forward. They're looking for more. They have an illusion, scouting it out. They get a cold snap onto Viva La Vida, but Night Stalker's on the back. They're silencing up this Invoker, but they have a lot of damage. Let's see if they can do anything here. Old White is hitting him. He wants him to take him down, but they don't have any mana. The Nyx can't do anything here. Cannot take him out anymore, but the Nature's Prophet does go down, but they trade the Night Stalker for the Nature's Prophet, and they bring everyone down bottom, and Slark is just pushing out top. And again, he's taken the top slot on the net worth chart.
So I want to point out something. Shout out to Tingle King in that fight. They had sprouted and stunned, or they had stunned the Invoker. Shadow Fiend was running up to get a raise off. As we hold off on this, as Nyx Assassin going down.
And they get a trap onto Storm. And there's that new sprout coming in. Wait, that wasn't new sprout. There was a different tree in the way.
Tree cut. Yeah. Double kill there. Anyway, the Tidehunter ran onto the Shadow Fiend. That Invoker should have been dead. The Shadow Fiend was running up to raise the Invoker a couple times. Tidehunter just ran at the Shadow Fiend and didn't let Shadow Fiend run up to the Invoker. And so Tide saved his Invoker there. Beautiful play by Tingle King in that last fight. And now we're seeing the power of the Cuts lineup coming into play, right? And this is during night time as well. This has got to be very concerning.
Now, Night Stalker still has that Midas queued up. Are you still in favor of this, or should he go something else, like I'm not sure, an armlet or something to help tank him up?
I think the only thing that he could get at this point is a BKB, and it's one of those things that, do you just sacrifice, maybe a fight, or do you go for the win, right? And this is one of those mentalities where he's going for the win. I do wonder though if they made the right move, basically soloing him against the Tidehunter and the Shadow Shaman. That's a very rough lane.
Pingu spots out Trap Nest here, and the Invoker's here to help. They get a cold snap and the Spirit Vessel onto him, and they are able to get him down very quickly. That was a nice sentry placement from Pingu.
Yeah, I do like this though, however. I think that Nyx Assassin Trap Nest did exactly what he needed to do, provided some vision, got some rotations there. Even though he did die, ultimately he's creating space for 3 of his cores to farm. So
double damage is pinged out.
Is under attack.
Could they Roche?
They would have to probably commit Serpent Wards to do that.
Okay.
At least efficiently. So
Pingu does have a medallion.
It looks like they're pushing out mid right now, and they are running toward Roche.
They do have their
but they're actually drawing the jungle.
Okay.
So dropping to fight
over that area.
And that's kind of the Cuts mentality, right? They kind of like to take these advantages and take a fight with them or push.
Absolutely.
We do have a ping on the Roche pit from the side of the Dire. They think that that's a possibility as well.
But they do have a nice ward in this spot.
So Shadow Fiend has a BKB now, which is a huge item. Now Shadow Fiend can run in, BKB, Yules, and ult a target, whatever target he basically picks.
Without having to worry about Cold Snap canceling it every 2 seconds. And they are into the Roche pit.
This is without the DD rune though, so yeah, they do have to throw in the wards to finish this out. Mass Serpent Wars committed.
They're headed over. They have vision on this fight. I don't know if they're going to be here in time.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they'll be here in time.
They're setting up, though. Here comes the SF. And the Night Stalker's flying over. Is he able to get it? He snatches the Aegis. That's a huge, huge snatch. And then the big Requiem of Souls onto 4 heroes. The Slark does pop his BKB, so it doesn't affect him. They're able to. Are they able to do anything here? Trap Nest does go down, but there's 2 down already onto the Cut. It looks like Storm will be ticking out as well. It looks like an even trade, but the Aegis is grabbed by Old White.
I'll take that.
Yeah, that was a great play from Old White. Good timing there. Unfortunately, the cut didn't quite finish it in time. They really did lack some damage, even with committing to the Serpent Wards. The good thing for them is they still got a 2-for-2 trade, both supports dying on both teams. The difference is Tidehunter didn't have to commit Ravage in that fight, so they will have it.
I think the other thing as well is Night Stalker may be the perfect hero to have that Aegis on. Because he's so squishy right now with no items and low levels. I think it's really nice to have that on year 3, who wants to be able to go in and do something.
Yeah, let's see if they can kill this Slark, but Slark actually has BKB, so there's no way
they get a Zep on the backside. He gets a Yule's up. Is he able to get out? It doesn't look like it. It looks like he's not even gonna pop his BKB. He's not wasting that 10-second charge. Or 9 seconds now.
Great kill on the side of the cut. That was a smart decision ultimately for Shadow Fiend to not pop that BKB, because there's no way out of that at that point.
They get a Hex on
missed
the
stun on the Nick.
Oh, they trap him into the trees with the Sprout. They get a pounce onto him, and they're able to take him down.
Yeah, Pingnu's doing an excellent job on these Sprouts.
Yeah, they keep hitting him between trees with it. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, this was without even the Aghanim Shard upgrade, so...
Yeah. That's another thing, they have some really good Aghanim Shards on the side of the cut. With this Shaman, you know, those wards, that's just a really good shard.
So, the other issue right now is Tingle King has the Greaves, which is going to be very... Okay, they commit the wards.
They have Ravage, and they are taking this tower down. It's already at half health.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
I don't think they'll be able to defend this tower. Goes down. Now are they going to be able to take Rax? They still have Ravage. Oh, the Nyx goes down very quickly. Old White pops his ultimate and is running on the backside, but he gets hexed. The fight is splitting up, but the cut is very central here. Now the wards keep hitting this Rax. It is almost down here. It is very low.
The seeds of hope.
Tingle King walks in, he gets maledicted. Damage is happening. They're popping the Witch Doctor's ult. But again, this Rax is ticking down. It is very low. Scourge McDuck walks in here. The Old White is burning that Aegis. He will be back, but the Rax will not be. And it looks like the call is to back up now, but the damage has been done. A very nice move from the cut. Fighting into an Aegis there.
Yeah, well played, well executed from the cut. Just not overcommitting at any point, just committing just enough to get the Rax and get out. They did, Jiang Hu did make the most of it. They had Troll Warlord farming most of the entire time during that push, getting closer and closer to his BKB.
I think the nice thing as well for the cut is that they didn't use Ravage. They still have it available. So that threat is available, and they're pinging they're pinging the top Rax.
Yeah, they still want to go. They know that their timing.
Aggressive.
This is what the cut does, right? They understand their timings. They understand where they're strong, and they're not afraid to push in end games when they're strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pingu TP's top as well.
It looks like
guess what? Spell ready.
Wards. Look at that. And there's no fortify on this tower. It's gonna go down very quickly. And there's the shard. So get that extra 4 wards.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Scourge McDuck comes in with Shadow Blade, starts hitting Old White, getting those stacks. He pounces him, keeping him in place. The range Rax goes down.
This is so hard to defend.
Witch Doctor throws out his Maledict and ult, but it gets canceled very quickly. Nature's Prophet throws out his ult, pushing those lanes. Yeah, and doing so much damage. Now this Rax is gonna go down.
I think they can defend this for the time being.
They still have Ravage. They could just Ravage, take out the Rax, and get out if they wanted to. And they have BKB on Scourge McDuck. He may just commit it.
Yeah, it looked like Jiang Hu realized that they can't even defend that side not to, but they're looking for this engagement.
Old White is on the back there. He gets caught, but Viva La Vida, he channels it, but he cancels his Requiem of Souls, and so this BKB won't be available for his next attempt. They're chasing out Nico God. He's throwing his axes onto him. He wants to get something here. Oh, I think this was such a waste. They pop the BKBs and they don't get anything.
Yeah, ultimately they did keep the 10-second BKB for the Troll Warlord. Nico God didn't pop his, so there is that. But yeah, this is 2 racks, 2 lanes of racks. So, you know, that's tough to come back from.
Absolutely. We saw them come back from about this gold deficit last game, though, so it could be possible.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference, though, is it wasn't 2 racks when it was that gold deficit.
And there was a big ultimate. You know, the Enigma Black Hole. They don't have that Black Hole factor this game.
Old White has his BKB, so in the next fight they will have 3 BKBs, which is very crucial for their team. But keep in mind, they still have Nature Prophet Sprout, which is very difficult to deal with. So, Quas Wex Invoker does tend to start falling off. You know, toward this point now, it's not nearly as strong as it was during the first 26 minutes of the game. So, we will see, you know, that maybe come into play. Also, Lil Nick does not have any earn charges for his Spirit Vessel. So, there's a couple of bright sides for Jiang Hu, but still going to be a tough uphill climb. This Tidehunter is just doing work.
Yeah,
now has Pipe as well.
Pipe Greaves so tanky. You can see it.
21 charges, so hard to deal with.
You can see it when Witch Doctor throws out his Maledict. It's not even doing anything.
Yeah, well, they can't commit enough on him for it to do something, right? Yeah. Because it's not going to come anyway. So, I think, you know, Maledict is the counter for the Tidehunter, but and so they keep throwing it out on him, but if they can't do, you know, any damage to him, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Good items found, however, 2-3 items coming out. We see Titan Sliver and the Mind Breaker coming out for Jiang Hu. Both really good items in this. I really do like the Mind Breaker onto the Troll Warlord. A lot of people know that it silences, but a lot of people don't know that it provides 25 bonus attack per. It provides a little bit of attack speed, but also bonus damage per attack, which is nice.
Of magic damage.
Yeah.
I bind you.
There's those short wards coming into play there.
Yeah, he also almost has his Blink Dagger.
Yes, he is very close. You're right. One creep
and
off
Invoker has BKB, kind of the only item he really needs this game. Slark also now has BKB Scotty, so very difficult to deal with. The itemization we haven't talked about much for the cut.
And he's going to be finishing his Silver Edge soon, too.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough game, ultimately.
Is this Silver Edge for the Troll? Oh, they have the big fight coming out here. That Witch Doctor goes down almost immediately, but they've got all the silences, everything they need to take out this Tidehunter, this big tanky Tidehunter. Now they get the dust onto Little Nick, but on the other side we have the Requiem of Souls attempted to go out, but Scourge McDuck, he's taking him out. He's hexed by by the Shaman, by Vol. Trap Nest goes down as well. The buybacks are coming out. They see Roche is up, and they don't want to lose this Roshan fight. Old White looks like he's going to be able to get out. He dodges the tornado. They're not going to be able to continue chasing, but they're pinging Roshan.
Yeah, they ultimately went on the Tidehunter. They knew they needed to take him out at the start of the fight, but right now the cut is too strong on their other heroes, and you know, also had 10-second BKBs that they hadn't. Well, close to 10-second BKBs that they hadn't really used before that fight. In fact, Little Nick still has a 10-second BKB, so he didn't even use his in that fight. Viva La Vida canceled Requiem of Souls because Slark popped his BKB, so that's why he ended up canceling it.
Yeah, that was a nice split fight as well. They were taking care of different sides of the fight.
Yeah, and before this game, you'd look at the draft and you'd say, oh, split fights, that's got to benefit Jiang Hu. But because, you know, the cut has such a large itemization advantage right at this point, remember, they have a 15K net worth, but also you got to think that a portion of Jiang Hu's net worth is in a Midas, which is essentially useless, then
The
right
seeds
now
of
they're really
fortune.
just dominant in the fights.
Absolutely. So what does Jiang Hu need to be able to get back into this game?
I think they need to find a way to kite the Slark, which is a very tough task to do. I think that they'll need to get a couple more items on their hero. So right now is going to be the most difficult time period where they can't really lose any heroes. And they have to also defend their last set of racks. So
now they do have a basher on the troll, so they can chain stun the Slark.
yeah, but Slark has Dark Pact, so
That's a good point.
That's the difficult task. I mean, unless they get like an immediate stun bash, stun lock, but it's just not gonna be enough. And Slark also has the Aegis right now, so that's why I say they have to kite this Slark right now. Bursting him down is kind of almost impossible. I would like them to try to burst the Shaman down first, and maybe take the Nature's Prophet after that.
Ooh, Witch Doctor goes down almost immediately here, and they do catch Nico God with that tornado. The BKB is popped on Viva La Vida, and Nico God's able to get out as well.
Do not have BKB for 60 seconds, so
Pings are coming out. Nature's Prophet is taking this tier 2 bottom so that they can take this final set of racks.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yep, also Witch Doctor down for a large amount of time due to the buyback
Dire's structures are
in the previous
fortified.
fight. And they do use their glyph, but they're not even going to be able to kill all of the creeps or...
Troll comes in, he finds Tingle King. He's chasing him, he's trying to get this bash. No bash is okay, he does get it, but the cheese is popped. He wants to live through this to be able to get off his Ravage. And on the back line, Discourage McDuck is wrecking the supports, but the Shadow Fiend gets off his ult, or almost does, but he's canceled by Little Nick's Cold Snap. What a big coming. They able to get the Ravage off onto 2, and this may be the game right here. This is looking very difficult. The Sunstrike comes out, and they're able to finish it off. Little Nick takes the monster kill spree.
Yeah, once again, trying to kill the Tidehunter did get enough bashes, but Tidehunter just pops the cheese, and Slark runs around on the back line, creating complete havoc. Great play from the cut overall. That's more of the style we expect from them. Ultimately, they decided to end it early, like we talked about. With the Slark, don't wait too long, and they got enough of a lead that Night Stalker was never an issue. Kind of curious to see why Jiang Hu decided to kind of sack the Night Stalker so hard, especially when I think that was a main, honestly, more crucial component to their draft than the Troll Warlord. But ultimately, I don't think they foresaw his lane going as badly as it did, where he had to essentially get a Midas to even be relevant this game. So really well done from the side of the cut. And we're excited for Game 3.